Most of us who japa'd didn't leave thinking we'd come back and invest. We left thinking about better salaries, stable power, real opportunities. The Naira was already struggling. The system felt broken, so we moved. And somewhere in that transition, Nigerian financial markets became something we mentally filed under. Too complicated, too risky, not for right now. But here's what I kept noticing. While we were building lives abroad, Nigeria's stock market was also moving, not always in the right direction. We'll get into that. But in 2025, the NGX All-Share Index gained 51%. 51%. That number needs some honest unpacking because it's not the whole story, but it is a real number. And it raised a question I couldn't ignore anymore. Before we go further, I am not a financial advisor. I'm Nigerian, documenting my own research into investing back home. What I'm learning, what confuses me, where the friction is. Nothing here is investment advice. It's education shared openly. All right? A lot of us left Nigeria partly because of the economy. The Naira was losing value. Jobs were scarce or underpaid. The infrastructure that should have made it easy to build wealth, it simply wasn't there. Japa'd wasn't just a trend. For many people, it was the rational choice. So it's worth sitting with the irony here. We left a system that felt broken, and now we're asking, should I put money back into that same system? That is not a stupid question. It's the right question. Here's my honest answer. The Nigerian investment market is not for everyone. The Naira is volatile. Market depth is thin compared to what most of us invest in abroad. Getting money in and out across borders has real friction, sometimes a lot of it. There have been years where this market lost significant value. 2016, COVID, the various Naira crises. This is not smooth sailing, but there's a difference between understanding those risks and just not knowing the system exists. Most Nigerians in the diaspora aren't avoiding this market because they've evaluated it and decided it's wrong for them. They're avoiding it because nobody ever sat down and explained how it actually works. That's what today is for. The Nigerian stock market is officially called the Nigerian Exchange, NGX for short. Formerly, the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the NSE, rebranded in 2021, same institution. At its core, companies list their shares. Investors buy and sell through licensed brokers. Company performs well, share price rises. Company struggles, price falls. Standard mechanics. Over 160 companies are currently listed. Banking, telecommunications, consumer goods, oil and gas. Names you already know. MTN Nigeria, Airtel Africa, Dangote Cement, GT Bank, Zenith Bank, Nestle Nigeria. Real businesses, real operations on the ground in Nigeria. When you own shares, you own a small piece of that. The headline number everyone tracks is the NGX All-Share Index. It measures all listed equities. In 2025, it gained 51.2%. Now, before that number excites anyone, it needs context. 51% is in Naira terms, and the Naira itself lost significant value against major currencies over that same period. So in dollar or pound terms, the actual return for someone moving money from outside Nigeria was considerably lower than 51%. Depending on when exactly you moved money in and out, you may have come out meaningfully ahead or roughly flat. It depends. Anyone telling you Nigeria's market returned 51% and that's your gain is leaving out the most important part. The Naira is not a footnote. It's the central variable. 3 institutions run this market. Understanding each one removes most of the confusion. First, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. The regulator sets the rules, approves companies that want to list, investigates fraud. You don't deal with them directly as an investor, but they're the reason there are rules at all. Second, the NGX itself, the marketplace, physical exchange in Lagos plus digital infrastructure, where buyers meet sellers, where prices get set. When you look up a Nigerian stock price anywhere, it's coming from here. Third, the CSCS, Central Securities Clearing System. This one surprises people. When you buy Nigerian shares, there is no paper certificate. Nobody gets one anymore. Your ownership is held electronically in a CSCS account registered in your name. Your shares exist there. Officially in the system, in your name. Every investor needs one. You open it through a licensed stockbroker. Here is what getting in actually involves. You need a licensed Nigerian stockbroker, registered with the NGX, regulated by the SEC. They open your CSCS account. They execute your trades. They are your entry points. Many of these brokers now support remote onboarding for people outside Nigeria. You don't need to be physically present in Lagos to get started. Documents, passport, proof of address, BVN, submitted online. I want to be honest about what this process is actually like. Getting your BVN sorted, if it's not current, can be a process. Response times from some brokers are slow. Customer service quality varies significantly between firms. Moving money across borders involves fees, foreign exchange conversion, and waiting periods. Some of the newer digital platforms have had reliability issues. If you're expecting this to feel like opening an account on a Western investing app, it won't feel like that. What I can tell you is it's navigable. With the right broker and some patience, is doable, and the infrastructure is improving. Names that support diaspora investors on the traditional side include Meristem, Stanbic, IBT's Securities, and Cardinal Stone. On the digital side, Chaka, Trove, and Bamboo have specifically built for Nigerians investing from outside the country. One development worth knowing about: on January 1st, 2025, the Central Bank of Nigeria launched the Non-Resident Nigerian Investment Account, NRNIA, specifically designed for diaspora investors. The structure allows you to hold funds in both foreign currency and Naira in the same account. You convert only what you need when you need. Rather than committing all your dollars or pounds to Naira before you invest, you have more control over the timing. In theory, a meaningful improvement. In practice, rollout has been uneven. Not every bank supports it yet. Some implementation has moved slowly, but the framework now exists. That's new. Now, the Naira, the honest version. The Naira has lost more than 70% of its value against the dollar over roughly the past 5 years, from around 360 per dollar to over 1,500. That is not a detail. That is the central fact of investing in this market for anyone whose primary income is in foreign currency. There have been years where stock market gains outpaced that devaluation. 2024 and 2025 were two of them. But there have also been years where even strong nominal returns were eroded completely once you account for the currency move. This is not a market where you park money and check back in 5 years without thinking about the exchange rate. You need to understand the currency dynamics. You need a view on your exit. You need to think about which instruments fit your situation. Some have more dollar linkage than others. I say all of this not to discourage. I say it because going in with eyes open is the only version that makes sense. The people who lost money in this market weren't all unlucky. Some went in without realizing that the gain they saw in their brokerage account didn't reflect what the Naira had done while they were in. Know what you're measuring. Know the difference between Naira returns and real returns in your home currency. Be honest about your tolerance for currency exposure. So, where does this leave us? The Nigerian Exchange is a real regulated market. 3 institutions run it. You get in through a licensed stockbroker, many of which now support remote onboarding. The NRNIA, launched this year, gives diaspora investors a more flexible way to participate. But this market has real friction. real currency risk, real complexity that most content about it glosses over. My position, that's not a reason to stay uninformed about how it works. It's a reason to go in knowing what you're actually dealing with. I'm documenting my own journey, putting money into Nigerian funds monthly from outside Nigeria, working through the system in real time. What works, what doesn't, where things break down. If you japa'd and you're wondering whether Nigeria's economy is moving on without you, that question has a complicated answer, but it starts with understanding the system. Subscribe. Next video is on how mutual funds work in Nigeria, which is where I started, because it's lower friction than individual stocks and a reasonable first step while you're still learning how this all fits together. I'll see you there.